Hey guys, Seamus Johnson, my lawnmower repair guy. If you live in Florida, you know what time it is. It's hurricane season. Everybody in Florida should have a generator. What we have here today is a Honda EU2000i generator that the customer let sit up for at least 2 or 3 years without running it. These generators right here are very, very, very good generators. If you don't use them, if you don't run them, the gas will go still inside of it and it won't fire up. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull it apart and we're going to pull apart the carburetor. I'm going to show you what happens to a carburetor when you let gas sit up inside of it. Let's go ahead and get it pulled apart. It's going to be an 8mm or either 5/16. There's also another one right here. This is the intake right here. This is where your air filter goes at. This right here all comes off. Just like that right there. Right here is the line. There's actually a fuel pump back here. That line comes from the fuel pump. This is the vacuum line for your fuel pump that operates off the engine. When you pull the engine, it creates a pulse. It usually comes off the side of the motor or off the side of the valve cover to create a pulse to suck gas from your fuel tank to get inside your engine. So we go ahead and pull everything and pull that apart right now too. Just be very careful when you're taking these lines right here, so you don't break one of the lines or crimp one of the lines and cause a fuel leak. Pull it on out. Pull your vacuum, pull your drain line off, your overflow line. This is a breather line right here. That comes right on out. This is another bottom bowl drain line right here. Up top of this right here carburetor, this right here is the little mechanism for your eco, meaning that if you put it on eco and you don't have anything plugged into it, or whatever you have plugged into it turns off, your engine will lower down to an idle. Therefore you don't burn very much gas. If you pull this right here off, be very, very, very careful. There's a tiny little spring inside there behind here that if you lose that spring, it's going to mess up your whole entire day. You're not going to be able to find that spring. It's a little mechanism that goes back there. I'm going to pull it apart. I'm going to show it to you. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take this bowl off and see if there's anything in the bottom of this bowl right here. I'm always losing my tools. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this right here, little setting right here on this carburetor, so I'll know where it goes at. Put a little mark right here, put a little mark up here. So when I get ready to set this bowl back on there, I can line it up perfectly without having to adjust it in on the inside. See that gas right there? See, look at the bottom of that bowl. That bowl right there is orange in the bottom of that bowl. That's where the gas has been sitting at for a long, long time. It's actually broke down to it was like it was baking inside there. That's not good. So this generator's been sitting up for quite a bit of time. Let's finish tearing it apart. Actually, what I'm going to do, if you look at this carburetor right here, there's like a little tiny little spring. It's a little mechanism that moves back and forth. That's what makes this engine run nice and smooth. That's what makes this engine right here go down to an idle when you hit your little eco button or your idle switch or whatever. Like I said, these are good generators. You got to run them. You got to take care of them. You can't leave fuel in them. You can't leave gas in them. This generator here has been sitting up for at least probably, I know for sure, I last worked on this thing about probably 6 years ago, and he said he hasn't ran it since. So it's been sitting for at least 5 years, and like you see the bottom of this bowl, yeah, it's pretty nasty, pretty dirty. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to pull this right here off. There's a way that you can do it without pulling it off. So I'm not going to pull it off this time, but you don't want to lose this little spring right here. So I'm going to take it apart and show it to you. I'm going to go ahead and pull the bowl off. I'm going to go ahead and pull the bottom float off here real quick. This little pin here, just pop that pin out. That's your float. That's your float needle right there. That comes off. If you can save these gaskets right here, all you need to do is get a flat razor blade. Get a flat razor blade, put it up on the bottom of there, and just move along the bottom surface of it. And you can save that gasket. Put it to the side. You can reuse that gasket right there. In the middle of this little tube right here, there's a thing called a pickup. That's your main jet. That's probably what's clogged up. If that gets clogged up, it's not going to suck your fuel up inside there. So I'm going to go ahead and try and pull that right there on out for you. One thing you have to do is be very, very careful of the type of screwdriver that you use. There's really a special tool for that right there. You have to use a good screwdriver, or one that is not rounded off on the edges. It has to be nice and flat. If you strip that out on the way out, you're done. You got to replace that carburetor because that jet's not going to come out. I've seen them where you try and get them out and you got a bad screwdriver, or it's been in there for so long. I've had to even soak these things here overnight just to break up the gunk inside, just to fit my tool down inside there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this right here main jet out real quick. And you want to put some pressure on it so it doesn't strip out. This right here is called your fuel restrictor. This right here measures the amount of gas that goes into your carburetor right here. This is your little restrictor right here. That little center hole, you're supposed to be able to see through it. You can't even hardly see through it. That's part of the problem of the reason why it won't start. It won't pick up the fuel. There's actually another little part, which is actually the main jet. This right here is your main jet right here. This has little holes on the side of it right here. There's actually a pickup in the center, and there's actually holes on the side, but you can barely see it. If this right here is partially clogged up, it's going to cause your engine to surge. It might crank up, it might vroom, 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 vroom. If you ever hear any type of engine surging like that, any type of small engine, that means that you probably got some trash in your carburetor, or either your main jet is partially clogged up. I got the main jet out. I got the restrictor out. I'm going to show you another part here. I'm going to go ahead and actually pull this here off and show you guys something here real quick. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull this right here, little top mechanism off right here. I wasn't going to pull it off. I wanted to show you the cheat. I call it me cheating. The way of doing it. But I'm going to go ahead and pull it off so I can show it to you. There's another jet over here I want to show you guys. So the Phillips head here, you want to use a good Phillips here. You got to have good tools when you're working, being a mechanic. Okay, I got it off. This is one of the screws here. Alright, this is the tricky part right here. This part right here, you want to actually hold this right here down because it comes off. You don't want to lose that. This is the little piece right here that was the tricky part. I'm going to go ahead and pull it on out for you. See that little spring right there? That little spring right there, it'll mess up your whole entire day. If you lose this little spring right here, and this little mechanism right here, this will mess up your whole entire day. This engine will never run right. It's gonna surge on you. It's gonna be acting erratic. So you want to put this right here together, and you probably want to put it in like a little bag or something and put it somewhere so you don't lose it. Put it to the side for now. Over here in the side right here, this right here, this is your idle adjustment screw right here. This is where when it does go to idle, you put it to whatever RPMs that you want it. There's a set RPMs. I don't know the set RPMs, but this right here, this little plastic thing right here, all your Honda carburetors got them just about. This right here is another idle air adjustment thing. Get a screwdriver and you pry both sides of it. That comes out. There's a hole here in the side of it, and there's a tiny hole in the center. If that little tiny little hole right there is clogged up, it's never going to run right. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to surge. It's mixing the right amount of air with your fuel so it'll run right. So this is another. And plus, at the bottom of it right here is a tiny little washer. It's like a little O-ring, very, very, very tiny, that has to be on there. It has to be airtight, so it doesn't get dirt or sand in there or get moisture inside there. That it has to mix the right amount of air with the fuel for it to run right. I got it all pulled apart now. This is how it operates. This is your throttle valve. This is your choke valve right here on the side. I got everything all pulled apart, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it soak overnight. Come back tomorrow, put it together, and fire up.